That is good banter.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Good Banter, and a bit of a different feel about today's episode. You might notice a bit of a ambiance in the background, and that is, of course, or not of course, but that is because we are in a car.
Woohoo! The Hume. We're on the Hume. The Hume freeway, highway, whatever you want to call it.
We are heading down the Hume and we are doing a gig. We are on a road trip. It's been a long time. It's been a good 9 months since we've filled the car with sound equipment and headed down the highway.
Heap of other shit as well. We've got...
there's all sorts of shit back there.
It is full of shit.
But we're on the road, the Hume Highway. I've done this many a time. Back in when I first moved to Melbourne from Wodonga, I foolishly decided to keep playing football in Wodonga for that was, I thought I'd live in Melbourne, travel back every weekend to have a kick with my side back there, the Wodonga Bulldogs. Finished the previous year playing in the ones, played finals in the ones, and ended the following year coming off the bench in the twos. It wasn't a great...
Probably not worth the trip, Tommy.
No, not at all. It wasn't great for me footy. I was hitting the piss after every game and sort of driving back to Melbourne hungover every Sunday and sort of wouldn't recover till Thursday. I was telling Wodonga I was training and I wasn't training, and not the best year of footy. 20, I reckon.
Okay,
I was.
So I didn't give a fuck, did you?
Yeah, no, I was going out with a girl in
footy careers.
Wodonga,
the AFL dreams over for you.
Yeah, so. I'd missed my window. Clearly, it missed it by a long shot, actually. And I was in a relationship back in Wodonga that wasn't going well, and life was a bit rough back then. But I was drinking a lot, and I was on the Hume Highway a lot. But it's good to be back on the Hume Highway under different circumstances.
Enjoying it. And then, anyway, before we get into this episode, Tommy, we've had a bit of... we had opened it up to the listeners to hit us up at the email there, reallygoodbanter@gmail.com. And a few episodes ago, I made some outlandish claims about my brother's sweat patches.
Okay.
That was on the episode, Two Blokes, One Chin.
Ah, good ep. And I do remember being disgusted by your brother's BO and sweat, but not BO, but just sweat.
Well, that was a very long time ago, and obviously I might have got a few of the facts maybe a bit wrong here. So
put a bit of mo on them.
We got the email in from my brother, old Heatho, and he said, "This is the email, mate." So
okay.
Here we go. So this is, "Hey guys, loving the podcast, especially the episode Surf and Turf."
Good ep.
That was, Tommy had the great story on there about shitting himself.
Shit in the park.
Shit in the park, sorry.
Shit myself or shit in the park.
Yes, so the episode, especially loved the episode Surf and Turf, and he said, paper thin. The walls were paper thin. Even had my wife listening, and we were in stitches. Almost crashed the car. Which, if we're not careful here, Tommy, this could happen to us. Are you comfortable there, mate?
Yeah, of course. I'm not holding a mic. I've got the lapel on for anyone.
Yes, for anyone. And we're not putting this on YouTube either because
I am holding a mic.
He's holding a mic. We're driving. Quite possibly could be a criminal.
Could you get
charges.
in the shit by the police for holding a microphone?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know if
apparently, you're not even meant to actual drink water. You're not even meant to drink water or something while you're driving. Is that correct?
I don't know about that.
Anything that obscures your vision. Anyway, so they almost crashed the car. Just wanted to clarify from your episode, Two Blokes, One Chin, in regards to my sweat patches. I know you comedians have to add mayo to all your stories. But just so you know, they were not Mum's maxi pads I put under my arms, but those stitch-in shoulder pads that women put in their jackets. God knows why. Also, I have used Dry Claw, and fuck me, that shit kills. But haven't sweated for 16 years. Keep up the good work, legends. Appreciate you.
Nice. Good to hear from the listeners. And
that's it. So that's me bro there. And
splitting hairs there. What's worse, having a maxi pad under your pit or ladies.
Well, the thing is, he's
jacket
probably had to
pad.
go to a op shop or maybe just, I don't know, is it worse going through mum's cupboard and ripping out her shoulder pads out of her 1980s bloody shirt?
Not overly accessible, a shoulder pad, I wouldn't have thought. But
Well, I just don't think the shoulder pad, what was he thinking? I mean, they're just going to soak up, absorb the sweat, and it's just going to drip out and give you worse patches.
the act of a desperate man.
But thanks for the feedback, and there you go, he's clarified. So if we talk shit about anyone else on the podcast, and you want to put in your rebuttal,
yeah, feel free to hit us up and correct us, because not always facts here on Good Banter. Not always facts. But
what's been happening with you, mate?
Not much. The gigs are coming in again, so it's good. A little bit of a scare with COVID. Went into lockdown again. Had to cancel a couple of gigs. Had to cancel my son's 5th birthday party.
Oh, that is shattering.
Fucking
5th.
Dan Andrews. Didn't think about
he
that,
would have
did you,
been
mate?
very unpopular.
And
Siegert household.
Yeah, and a true story. So we had to, because his birthday party was on the Saturday, and it was the Friday night where Dan Andrews announced that we were going into a 5-day lockdown?
5 days.
5-day lockdown.
Like
and
a test match.
Yeah, so we had to go and no person had ever been more excited about their birthday party than little Flinny turning 5. We had Charlie Silly Pants coming, who's
run us through
sort of
Charlie's
this-
Silly Pants.
Oh, he's a wacky sort of clown guy. He's got a bit of a following on YouTube. Kids fucking love him. He's nuts. Mad as a
Cut snake.
crazy as a coconut. So anyway, so I've had to pull the pin. We had all his mates coming around. Had the cake. It was going to be big. It was a Lego theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, had to sit him down and say, Flinny, don't know how you're going to take this, mate. But it's the party's off. The party is off. And you know what he said? And this is not a word of a lie. He paused and he looked at us and he said, I will never be friends with anyone who eats a bat.
Well, that's
Wise words.
wise words. I mean, even if they didn't get crook, I think eating bats is just fucked.
Oh, it's not.
I mean,
It's not right. But so I don't know where he got that from.
Sure.
You've got to.
Sure, there wasn't one Tom Siegert walking around the house going, "Who the fuck eats a bat?"
Yeah. We had sat him down a couple of days earlier and said, Flinny, never be friends with anyone who eats a bat, whatever you do. So, look, it's funny how their little minds think, but he was fine actually. He was good. He still got his presents for his birthday, and he was happy as a pig in shit. And now his party's back on. Party's back on in a couple of weeks. So Charlie Silly Pants gets his gig back, and Tam's going to make another fucking Lego cake.
So Charlie Silly Pants. What happened with the cake? Was it made and everything, or do you?
No. Cake wasn't. Well, we made a cake for They get a lot of cakes, our kids. You get a cake for not for Christmas, for your birthday day.
Yep.
And then obviously there was going to be another one
at night
for the party. Yeah. So,
is it going to be a family get together with all the cousins and?
Oh no. Well, it's still restricted. I think it was down to 15. So we had to. A few people had to get cut from the list. So it went from 30 to 15. So I had to slash a few, but then it got slashed down to nothing. So in the end. So it was all
family
off.
But,
time. So no real family, just his little kinder mates. No doubt they'll have fun, have a few UDLs in the backyard, and just have a good time with Charlie.
Mate, I wouldn't
Silly
expect
Pants.
anything less. What's Charlie Silly Pants? He's obviously big on YouTube. What's he sort of dress
He's
up?
just a clown. No, he's just a wacky sort of fucking
balloon animals and that kind of shit.
Yeah, no, he's mad as a cut snake. The kid, they love him. The kids love him. Like to an adult, he's probably, but he's $300. Fucking bargain to come around for an hour.
Oh fuck yeah!
Entertain the kids for $300.
Yeah, keep them out of your hair.
Take that every day of the week. So so that's what's been happening. And gigs back on. Had a few gigs, which are going well. Yourself, Evan?
Had a few gigs. The 5-day lockdown fucked me. That wasn't. I'd organised to go. Me and a couple of mates. We've been trying for about 10 years to organise. We want to get back into surfing. We want to catch up, and our diaries always clashed. they got kids, I've got gigs, I've got AIDS or whatever. It's just, it wasn't going to, nothing ever worked out. But we thought, all right, this weekend, we finally locked it in. We were going to go down to Shoreham. My mate's got a caravan down the peninsula, Mornington Peninsula. You go down the other side, the Bellarine, don't you?
Yeah, on Bellarine side.
You're Bellarine. Well, we went down, we thought, Shoreham, let's lock it in. We all had the weekend off. There was no work. There was no anything. I locked out. I hadn't organised gigs. I said, we're going to go surfing. I'd been to the surf park earlier in the week. I went for about 13 waves at the surf park. I caught 10. I was in form.
Oh, nice. That's that fake one. Near
the fake one, the concrete pool out at Tullamarine.
Nice.
And like I said, I realise I'll be a great surfer if I know exactly where the wave's going to break. There's only 5 waves in a set.
Yep.
No one else can cut in on my wave. And there's a little rip that takes you out every time. Yeah, and every wave is exactly the same and only about 3 foot high.
It's like getting on the punching bag. Like, get me on the punching bag. I'm fucking laying combos,
like,
and I'll even
Floyd Mayweather
lay the knee in, and all of a sudden, bloody go toe to toe with someone in a pub, and he's fighting
swings them back.
Bloody, it's a different story. It's fucking terrifying.
Well, that's it. Most people don't just stand there and get hung from a roof and let you kick the shit out of them.
No, which is a shame because it's good for the old confidence and fitness.
Fun. Yeah, so we were all set to go, but then this lockdown and bang, see you later. So the weekend away has just been put off, canned, and that was devastating.
Doesn't think about that, Dan Andrews. The kids' birthday parties, the boys' trips away. So, so that fucked us. But we ended up going last weekend, the one just gone. Yeah, how'd it go?
Got absolutely poleaxed. Poleaxed. Started out, because we go down there, we're thinking, all right, sure, there should be a bit of a wave. We don't need much. We just need something to give us a bit of a ride. My mate Ads, he's got his new board. It's 12 foot long. It's like the fucking Titanic. Couldn't sink this fucking thing. And
it's not like the Titanic then.
No, fuck that. That's a terrible
analogy.
I fucked that right up.
The complete opposite to the Titanic.
Well, they're going to... Well, we're going to get some
Couldn't
fucking
be
emails about that one. So forget I said that. So you can sink this thing. Yeah, we rock up there and no surf. So decided to get on the piss at 3:30 in the afternoon and
good time.
Look up and it's 4 in the morning and go, oh, fuck, we better go to bed.
Oh, boy, yep.
Oh, boy.
I'll regret that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, it's good to be driving with someone else to a gig. It's got that sort of road trip feel about it. I've just cracked open how big is that?
2.5 litre Red Bull, Tom.
500 ml Red Bull. Because it's my little gig tradition. Ritual is normally an hour from the gig I'll crack open a Red Bull, and I don't drink coffee. I don't touch coffee. I don't like the taste of it. I don't mind the smell of it. But
I want the coffee.
But so give me a bit of Red Bull. I am fucking swinging at the fences. I'm full of energy. I'm sharp. I'm ready to go, and it lasts me a long time. So, and that's a big fucking can of Red Bull. So
it's still heavy.
Yeah, it's still heavy. Still a bit left. So I'm tucking into that. Normally I'd be flying solo, put on a bit of music.
Yeah.
Normally a bit of Pearl Jam.
Yeah, nice. I like the Pearl Jam.
Bit of I was telling you that story about Pearl Jam.
Yeah, you mentioned it at the servo before we hopped in.
Yeah,
you didn't tell me though. I fucked up.
And this is I don't know whether this is good or bad podcasting or it's just relaying information, but it's something I found interesting. Big Pearl Jam fan. I've loved them. I've seen them.
Yeah.
Seen them a few times live. Saw them when I was probably 14. Drove in a car with some boys to from Wodonga to Canberra.
Who drove you then? Had some older mates, did you?
Had some older mates.
Or you just fucking stole the...
Oh, no, mates. A mate's dad drove us all up. And that was
what a good man.
That was back when Pearl Jam when they were real hard and hitting the bottle and what they actually did. And I remember it was in Canberra and they only played for about 20 minutes. And I remember there were 20,000 people there in Canberra and they only played for about 20 minutes and then
kept the crowd happy.
Oh yeah, everyone was wrapped. So then they went off and they were clearly sort of, I think they had a few issues then. They're probably hitting the bottle, maybe the the drugs and so forth. And so they've gone off after 20 minutes, and everyone's chanting encore, encore. And,
well, how about doing just the fucking
show?
show?
Yeah, come back and 10 minutes pass, 20 minutes pass, and an hour passed. And everyone's it started to sink in that Pearl Jam they're not coming back. So everyone's gone fucking crazy, and people are ripping down the temporary fencing. It was at the showgrounds, and I remember a couple of guys pushed over a fucking hot dog stand.
Oh,
and,
why wouldn't you?
Well, maybe not a couple of guys, quite a few guys pushed over hot dog stands. There were a couple of scraps going on and people kicking in bins. It was fucking crazy.
Game on.
And but we had to hang around because we weren't getting picked up for another 2 hours.
Still
from
daylight or something.
It was afternoon giggy.
Yep.
So we had to hang around for this guy's dad to come pick us up. All of a sudden, the crowd's gone from about 20,000 to about 5,000.
They've come back out.
Fucking Pearl Jam had come back out and played for
They just wanted to see the hot dog van get tipped over.
They played for about an hour, and I'll never forget it. They played a song from Hunters and Collectors, and I remember Eddie Vedder said, I hear this one's like a national anthem for you guys, and they played what is it?
Holy Grail?
No, we will never meet again.
Terrace.
Shed your skin and let's
throw your arms around me.
Throw your arms around me.
Do it if you're sitting there with a partner listening to this. Throw them around now.
Great song. And I've always loved that song. And apparently Eddie Vedder's a bit of a he quite likes the Aussie, likes Hunters and likes Crowded House. Anyway, so this little interesting fact I found out about Pearl Jam is and this might be fucking bullshit. I saw a little mini doco thing on it on YouTube. Apparently they were Pearl Jam before Eddie Vedder. So they were around before Eddie Vedder, and they needed a lead singer. So they put out this they basically had the instrumentals from Alive and sent it out to around Seattle and Chicago and everywhere trying to find. So basically there were no lyrics. People had to come up with their own lyrics and sing to Alive and send it back in. So Eddie Vedder's obviously sent his back in, and the story of Alive and is actually about Eddie Vedder, once you listen to it, you're like, fuck, of course.
Do you ever hear that with a song? You hear the lyrics and you go, what the fuck is this about? And then someone has to just go, it's about this, and you go, how come I didn't pick that up?
100. Well, this is a perfect example. Now that I listen to it, I'm like, fucking how could anyone not think it's about this? But anyway, so Eddie Vedder basically, he was raised by his mum and who he thought was his dad.
Okay.
And then at the age of 13, his mum told him that this actually wasn't his dad, and he fucking hated this bloke. He hated his dad. And he thought he was his real dad. He thought, this bloke's a cock. He doesn't even look like me. Yeah, this guy's an arsehole. He doesn't like him, but then his mum said, look, that's not your dad. And so he's gone, fuck, got to find my dad. Went to find his dad, and his dad had just died. So he obviously had a few issues because of that. So that's obviously fucked him up pretty bad. So he's written the song about that. But then if you listen to the song, so that bit's true, but the second verse, he's made up this bit, just added on his own little bit to the story. So the first bit's true about his dad, his real daddy was dying. And then the second bit is about when his mum's telling him about this. His mum said, basically, it's time for you to grow up. And he has an ancestral, he has sex with his mum. That's what Alive's about.
So
fucking hell, there's a bombshell you weren't ready for.
That's a fucking bomb. I'll tell you what, as soon as we finish this, I'm listening to the fucking song
and
Googling what his mum looks like.
But they stressed in this that Eddie Vedder didn't have sex with his mum. It's just a bit he thought
would add
you
to
talk
the song.
about the bloody the maxi pads putting a bit of mayo on a story.
Jesus.
Now there's putting some fucking mayo on a story.
Well, I guess it's a good way to if you did do it, just say, hey, I'm an artist, I'm a creative. I just made that up. So anyway, so he sent this in to Pearl Jam, and they've obviously gone, man, they're into the mum fucking.
This is great. This is, you're Eddie, mate. Where do we sign you up? So he's become the lead singer of Pearl Jam, and they tried and tried and tried to re-record Alive.
Yep.
Could never get it as good as that one.
Oh.
That one that Eddie Vedder said in. So the one that you hear is basically
That's the one.
that's the one that he said in. So if you're at home, chuck on Pearl Jam, and Eddie was all fucked up from obviously the stuff going on with his dad, and obviously this thing with his mum. He's got some shit going on there, and so he could never get over this thing with his dad. But then, for some reason, the Pearl Jam fans didn't listen to the words, and in their mind, it was this anthem about we're still alive, you can't hold us back, we're doing it, and he said that was what got him over his issues with his dad, was that this song about his dad had become such a positive thing, and after that he was fucking cool with it. So
there you go. No, it's a ripper song. That was what was that? That was off their 10 album, was it? Or,
it's obviously their very first song. If
were they called something else before Pearl Jam? Probably we're not that hardcore into Pearl Jam that we know that kind of shit, but I don't know.
Yeah,
but that's
that's
a ripper, mate.
That's a little.
That's a little doozy.
It's a little doozy. But of course, someone might send in and go, Tom, that's absolute bullshit.
That is fucking
like 10 was their second album. You fucking, But anyway, it's interesting. Good bit of good banter.
Yeah. Well, it's probably that time of the ep here, mate. Now we've obviously.
But actually, just on. Yeah. Before we get into the sponsor, weren't you going to get one of the bands? A band to perform at your wedding?
Oh, yes. Well, maybe I'll read out the sponsor and then I'll give you that story.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there we do that. So this episode of the pod is sponsored by Hatch Attire. Hatch Attire offers a range of high-quality clothing owned and designed from Adelaide, Australia. Their products include long-sleeve Oxford shirts, 5-panel hats, and we've mentioned this. We love the 5-panel.
They beat 4-panel. They're miles better than 3 panels.
And they're better than 6 and 7. You're just smack bang in the middle on the 5 panels. And crew neck sweaters. These guys, just like us, are all about quality, community, and collaboration. So they love to partner up with other small businesses and fucking legends such as Good Banter Podcast.
Did you add the fucking?
Oh, I added the fucking legends. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Check out. Have you been wearing your Hatch?
I don't take it off.
Oh, it's fucking great.
I don't take it off.
I can see you're wearing it now. Sorry. I should have realised that.
Yeah, it's hot. It's too hot to be wearing a sweater, but I thought, fuck it.
It's bloody great. So check out their Instagram at Hatch Attire. That's Hatch, Hatch Attire, for more details on their product range. 2020 was a tough year for everyone. And many small businesses. So stay in touch with their socials to get your hands on their gear, because there's plenty of it to go around, and we have we've got a ball tearer, a rib tickler, a undie sniffing offer for you. For all the Good Banter listeners, if you go to Hatch Attire, go to their Instagram or look them up, go to their website. If you use the promo code BANTER, just BANTER, you will get 20% off their gear. What do you reckon of that? What do you reckon of those apples, Tommy?
Oh, it's there's your profit. There's their profit. So they're basically giving this shit away.
I think paying 100% was a bloody good deal. Now, they're giving you 20% off if you use the promo code BANTER, BANTER. Get around the boys. They're doing good stuff. They make good things.
Quality, and it's good quality. You get the jumpers sometimes. That neck's a bit fucking tight, or it's a bit long. It's a good fit. It's got Hatch written on the front, and we noticed the comments. There was a lot of interest, but mainly from people whose last name was Hatch.
Or Hatchling or Hatches.
But it's not just for that. It's for absolutely everyone.
You can wear it if your last name's Smith.
Or
absolutely. Jones.
It doesn't matter.
Or Diatri. You can fucking wear the Hatch shit.
Cannot stress
You're
that
not
enough.
limited.
This is a jumper for everyone.
There you go. 20% off. Use the promo code Banter, BANTER. Get around the boys at Hatch.
So we're just past the Shepparton turn off.
You thank fuck we're
that
not
is
going
a
there.
fucking shithole, Shepparton.
That is a shithole. Well,
absolute shithole.
I've got maybe do I? Yeah. Well, I was going to get a band for the wedding. Tommy.
Wedding take two.
Wedding take two. It is, and I must admit, I tell you, with these restrictions and all that, I tell you, the wedding guest list, Tommy, is fucking dwindling.
But what, by people saying that they
people who are overseas who won't be able to make it because you've got to quarantine for.
Who the fuck's overseas?
45
okay, people that
weeks.
live overseas.
Yeah, people who live overseas. I mean, we're not just bloody people. Kristen, she studied overseas. She's a bloody jet setter. I mean, me, till I met her, I'd been on 4 footy trips to Coogee Bay and whatever.
Yep.
It wasn't until I went on a family trip to New Zealand. I'd done fuck all. I went on a cruise. It wasn't until I met her that she opened my eyes to
has she ever?
The wide world of travel. So we've probably maybe scratched off 15 or 16 people.
Good. Save some pennies.
That's good.
Save some pennies.
And it's a bad thing to say, but also a lot of people's relationships didn't make it through.
Good.
The COVID, the breakdown. So I've gone back and
so there's been a few.
There's been a few actually. Yeah, there's a few
I guess it'll be 2 years. But from the time you sent out the invite to the time of the wedding, it'll nearly be 2 years.
It will nearly be 2 years, and
it's a long time in a relationship.
Probably some people who were just hanging on if we had got married in August, going, we'll just go to Evo and Kristen's wedding, and then I'm going to pull the pin on this grenade and end the relationship. Well, they haven't managed to make it through till March.
Because I guess we had people at our wedding that, like a mate. Who, you invite their girlfriend who they might have been together for 2 years.
Yeah.
And now they broke up. And you look at the wedding photos now and you're like, who's that chick?
Who's that?
Was that, was that Jono's missus?
What's her name?
So you get a lot of people at weddings that they're looking back, and it's so hard to make the numbers, make the cut. And then you look back and you're like, geez, they were lucky to make the cut.
Well,
and your bloody uncle couldn't come, but you've invited some girl that you don't even know.
Yeah, well, speaking of other mates, like I'm glad I didn't get married when I was early, mid-20s, or that it would have been probably the whole footy side.
Yeah.
And a few other mates
and,
a bit of family. That's about it. Yeah.
So the band.
Sorry, mate, we got a bit off track there. So, but I think we're down to about 160 maybe. But,
Jesus. It's not like you're bloody... It's not like you're going without.
No, that's right, because a lot of people are still on board, so it's good. But please, come to the wedding if you're invited. Anyway, so my favourite band of all time, I love me Pearl Jam, I love me Nirvana, but my heart and soul rests with the Sydney punk band Frenzal Rhomb. Now they, you heard a bit of Frenzal Rhomb there, Tommy?
I do. Look, I'm certainly not a fan, but I've seen you put up your live stuff, and they look like live. They go off.
And they, the first time I saw them was 1998. It was at Pushover at the Sydney Myer Music Bowl, and I got some photos of them. But back then, when you're a kid, I went to Warped Tour, I went to live gigs, and it just seemed like back in that day, I'd try to Google stuff about Frenzal Rhomb on the dial-up, and you just couldn't find any info. You go, these guys are legends, but you go to the live gigs, but you think the chances of ever meeting them or, getting to know them, I mean, not that I know them, but, yeah, it gets to a point where they're like gods.
Because things have changed now. Like back then, people had a real mystery and mystique about them.
That's right.
Those days are... They're not gone, but people are a lot more accessible now, aren't they?
Well, with social media and that, they've got Instagram pages. They share stories. You can tag them. You can do whatever.
Yeah.
So, one of my mates, it was about a year ago, we went to the Hotter Than Hell Festival. It was just before COVID hit in February, and one of my mates, I put up a video of Frenzal Rhomb, and one of my mates, who he goes, surely they're playing at the wedding. And I said, no, we've actually got a muso for the wedding. And then Frenzal, I'm pretty sure it was the doctor, the guitarist, Lindsay McDougall, he commented and said, "We do weddings."
So when someone said, surely you're getting Frenzal Rom, they tagged Frenzal Rom?
So
Or is he just going around reading everyone's
I
comments?
tagged Frenzal Rom
You
on
tagged
the
Frenzal Rom.
Instagram because it was a video of them playing.
Ah.
I cut up a little clip, like a groupie, like a loser, of 5 or 6 songs. I put it on the Instagram and had an erection, and I was all fired up. Yeah, one of the guys goes, "Surely they're playing at the wedding," and then the doctor, Lindsay McDougall, said, "We do weddings."
Fuck.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, my little Woody went up. I was bloody fired up. And I
Imagine
just
that.
thought, man, but I've already booked a muso. I don't know if I could make it happen.
And would it potentially take away from the wedding? Would it if you had...
Well, probably for me. No one else would probably give a shit because, you'd go, "Who are these fucking yobbos?"
No, I'd be into it, but
Okay,
all
yeah,
right,
buddy,
buddy, chill out.
They do that.
Yeah, but would they play... Would they only play their songs?
No, they do a mix. They said they've got a wedding playlist.
Wow.
They do all that. So you could either have the whole band or you could just have Jay, the lead singer, and the doctor. Just doing a few acoustics.
Did you get a cost?
Mate, what happened was I said, I can't do the wedding. What about maybe the Sunday after the wedding?
Fuck yeah.
I thought, bang. So
Bingo,
I got in
bingo.
touch with management.
Yep.
And, like back in the day, you're thinking, Frenzal Rom, that's got to be millions to get these guys. But no, it was actually quite reasonable. To get them from Sydney to Port Douglas
Yep.
to play the Sunday after the wedding, it was going to be $3,000
Bullshit.
plus GST. But you had to pay for flights and also get them like a villa with, say, 2 bedrooms. So, that's not bad.
They're on less than a comedian. if that's
Well,
the whole
not
fucking...
me. Not
No,
me.
but if that's the whole band...
No, that's just Jay and the Doctor.
Okay,
yeah, that wasn't the whole band. That wasn't the
I
whole
was about
band.
to say, you split that between a whole band.
Oh, yeah, that's fucked. Yeah, but I thought that was very reasonable to get them up. But then you probably... The cost of the flights, the accommodation, plus on the Sunday, it's probably... I'd be there, but that's when you're sort of mingling with everyone.
Yeah, look, it's probably not the right place for it.
Probably not the right place.
And it's a shame they live in Sydney.
Yes.
Because if they lived in Melbourne, I'd be booking them every...
Oh, shit,
imagine
yeah.
getting them down the footy club.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, so, but maybe, and this is probably, may or may not happen, we said maybe for my 40th.
Ah, yeah.
Which is next year in March.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. So, boys, you're still in there. You're
When's
still
your
in my
birthday?
thoughts. March next year. Oh, it's this year
it's
as
every
well,
year.
March. Yeah, it's every year.
I'm March.
15th.
I'm 4th.
Yeah, you're the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Yeah, so
beg your
yours
pardon?
is coming up.
Yeah, wowee.
But that was but back in the day, there's no way you would have been able to just communicate that easily
No.
without social media and that. So this was...
Geez, I wonder if... do they work other jobs? That's amazing. You just think people are sometimes are rolling in it because everyone knows them. But I guess
one of my
that's
mates,
the thing about...
One of my mates back in the day, he thought that, surely Frenzal will be millionaires. I said, fucking no way. You don't realise... And listening to podcasts with musos, and even big musos, you don't realise how much the record companies screw them over.
Yeah.
And all that. So Frenzal...
And in Australia especially, it's a slog.
It's
and their
slog.
expenses. That's one really good thing about comedy, I guess, is is expenses are just minimal.
That's right.
Yeah, you're not.
It's
There's
just
not a group of
can
yous. You're not a big can
500
of Red Bull.
ml can of
Did
Red
you just have a
Bull.
swig of my Red Bull?
No, I just picked it up and shook it like an alky.
Yeah.
So,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. So I had something in my head there, but it fucked right off. But sorry, Lindsay, he does radio in Wollongong for the ABC.
Okay.
Jay, he's a producer, so he produces albums, and you got to have a side hustle, Tom.
Yeah,
got to have a side hustle.
But good on him. Good on him.
Yeah. So we're
So we're on the road and we're heading down the highway, and
we're
it's
probably...
apologies. Yeah, so apologies if there's a bit of a hum to the
I'll try.
background. But I reckon we're gonna record a couple for this drive.
Yeah, I reckon we will. So we're going to Eldorado. We've got a trip gig with the Nelson twins.
Twins?
They were on Australia's Got Talent, I think it's about 18 years ago now, and Well, this is sort of the first road trip back, and apparently the Eldorado Hotel is the smallest hotel in Australia. That's their claim to fame, and we couldn't sell the fucker out.
I didn't know that. I grew up in that part of the world, and I'd never heard of Eldorado.
No, when you said the other day that you didn't know where it was, I said, "Are you fucking serious? You just..."
Yeah, so I grew up in Yak and Dander.
Jeez, that's probably the Eldorado Hotel. They've bloody heard. Maybe there's the last of the tickets.
All right, this is a bit unprofessional. Who's this,
Jesus. No, I won't take that. That's actually one of my good mates who I went down the beach with last weekend.
Oh, nice.
He's still hungover, just ringing to see how I pulled up.
Excellent. So, all right, well, that's nearly the end of eps. We've got some great eps coming up. We've got a list of stuff we're going to chat about. So, in the coming episodes, so tune in. We're heading down the highway. It's bloody... We're looking out the window. It's dry as a fucking shit. It's dry as a fucking chip out there. I thought it's been a pretty wet summer. It is fucking dry.
Pretty dry. So
yeah, don't get down here as much anymore.
Get on the dry claw if your sweat patches are fucking you up, because that seemed like a great advertisement for the dry claw.
Certainly does.
All right. Well,
do the last
yes. I'll put this up on YouTube, although I must admit the YouTube hasn't gone, so there's no video, but I'll put the audio up with maybe a photo of me and Tommy.
It's been a bit of a fucking waste
of time. The YouTube
is
is about as popular as a fucking wrought iron hang glider. I'll give you the fucking hot tip. But get on the Instagram at Good Banter Podcast. Get on the Twitter. Follow myself and Tommy. Oh, you don't do anything on social media. What gigs you got coming up in the next week, Tommy? Where are you?
You got a few. Heading off to a cricket club Saturday night. Forget the name of it. Sunday, back with Swanee, Dane Swan, getting the band back together. So going out to the
Royal Hotel.
No, is that the name of it?
Meredith.
The Meredith, the Royal Hotel in Meredith with Dane Swan. His first gig after he's had a child, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, he had a kid last week, so that'll be interesting to see Swanee's take on parenthood, and because he's obviously got a fairly
he'd be a good dad.
He'd be a good dad, but his relationship. He's had an interesting relationship. Obviously, he goes off to Vegas. Obviously, that video came out, which but they've obviously survived that, and so it'd be interesting to catch up with Swanee. He's a legend, and and the gigs of plenty of gigs coming up. Off to Adelaide. Gig coming up in Adelaide, Snowtown.
Yes, we
Bodies
did
in
mention
barrel.
that on the last. So get on Tommy's Suburban Footballer page. You put shit up there, maybe.
Yeah, plenty coming up.
It's good.
And over to you, Evan, to close this one out.
Yeah, so I've got next Friday the 5th of March. I'm going up to the Burrow event space, which is at the Wombat Forest Winery up in Denver. Now, that's Denver near Dalesford, not Denver, Colorado.
Denver. Never heard of it.
Denver. Well, I'd never heard of it. I didn't know there was a Denver in Australia, but there is. It's a beautiful little spot about 10 or 15 minutes from Dalesford. It's part of the Chill Out. It's lovely up there. Part of the Chill Out Festival. Dave O'Neill's headlining. I'm emceeing. I've got Sonia Diorio, Johnny Katz. Get your tickets at the Chill Out Festival, and that's probably the one we need to move some tickets on. Let's get around it. And if you know anyone up in Denver, Dalesford, Wood End, Lethal, or I don't know, all those around the Macedon Ranges, get around it.
Good bong smoking territory.
Yeah, get round, bring the bong, bring the garden hose and the Gatorade bottle, and we'll have a bit of fun there at the Burrow at the Wombat Forest Winery. So I reckon that's about it, Tommy.
That's about it. Thanks for having us.
See you later. That was good banter.
Good banter.
Oh.